I appreciate you listening to this story. My first story is titled Frank. If you like it, please subscribe for more stories. This story is about a man named Frank. Frank stood on the ledge about 20 stories high. He looked up at the sky and thought, this is a good day to die. And he leaned forward about to leap to his death when a female voice called out and said, it isn't your time just yet. Frank looked back and saw his wife coming near, saying, please do not jump. There's something that you need to her. But before we get to that, let's cover the why. The reason old Frank wanted to die. Earlier that day, Frank was headed to church, good book in his hand, on his face a wide smirk. And beside old Frank was his smiling wife, wearing her Sunday's best, dressed in flannel and white. Frank thought, could his life be any more great? Could it get any better this her very day? Frank and his love walked into the church, helped his wife take a seat as she straightened her skirt. And next to her, Frank sat, all wide-eyed and ready, when the pastor came by and said, you look marvelous, Mrs. Betty. He hugged Frank's wife and completely ignored Frank, whose hands was extended, but he refused to shake. Now, Frank was confused. What was going on? Deep down inside, Frank knew that something was all wrong. And his wife just smiled at the now seated pastor, who smiled right back like some perverted bastard. And Frank knew, he knew that this was no show. And for the first time, he realized that his wife was a hoe. She was licking her lips and twirling her hair, blowing kisses at the pastor, who was sending them right back at her. This was much too much, and old Frank had had enough. He jumped from his seat and left in a huff. A building was nearby, and he thought, I'll show them all. They'll all be sad when they witness me fall. Frank got in the elevator and pushed a button for the top floor and thought to himself, my wife is a whore. Were they sleeping together? And if so, for how long? But Frank didn't dwell on this because soon he'll be gone. And it'll be his wife's fault, the love of his life. And he thought to himself that what he was doing was right. And back to the point where we left while Frank was on the ledge, believing that the world would be better if he was indeed dead. Frank's wife rushed forward and said, Frank, there's something that you need to hear. You're right above my car, so can you jump further over there? She pointed to a ledge and said, have fun going down. She gave Frank a shove and said, try to aim from the ground. Frank's wife was pure evil with a cackling laugh and said to herself, I am single at last. If you like this, won't you go ahead and subscribe? I'm going to start posting more of my stories on her. I appreciate it. God bless. Till next time.